Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Bullish Network. Guys, we got a hell of a show today. XRP is on fire. The market is on fire. All staking and baking coins are on fire. Binance US, ALGO, and Cosmos has been on fire. Coinbase, Tezos on fire. Also, guys, XRP on fire. All staking and baking coins on fire. XRP picks up support from Republican candidates. And also, guys, we're going to highlight how the BIS is highlighting the issue with cash and also all the issues going on with Bank of America and SBA computers crashing fresh below to companies seeking epidemic aid. And we will talk about that, guys, because this is something that I somewhat highlighted from when President Trump highlighted Stimulus 2 and the digital dollar, and then the Stimulus 3, it was no longer in the digital dollar was no longer talked about. Trump did give two different speeches where he said he wanted to do it. They had a way to distribute the money quickly, but they couldn't come into an agreement with the state level because Ripple is registered on the federal level. So they wanted to, I guess, distribute money from federal to state and have the state distribute it to the individuals. But what Trump, I believe, is referencing is the technology they have between Executive Order 13772. Now, this is Selena. She says Bank of America said it's received 212,000 applications for small businesses for more than $36 billion in loans, but the SBA, which is the Small Business Association officials, said that they were up and running, and it's not accurate that the system crashed, but declined to elaborate. So SBA computers crashed and fresh below to companies seeking epic aid. So that's kind of interesting right there. Now, so far, U.S. Treasury and Small Business Association have not responded to a request for a tally of how much of the $349 billion has been doled out. But what caught my attention the most about this, guys, is we've tied Ripple to Bank of America. We know Bank of America runs on Ripple. We know that Bank of America has been running on Ripple since 2015 through the connection with Earthport. And some might even be familiar with the the blueprint that came out with the Bank of America patent using Ripple technology. So clearly Bank of America runs on Ripple, I truly believe. Now, U.S. banks grapple with system glitches. Now, this is what Trump was talking about they had a way to distribute the money fast. It's through blockchain technology, through digital currency. U.S. bank grapple with system glitches, paperwork snags as small businesses program ends fourth day. U.S. government $350 billion small business rescue program was plagued by paperwork and technical issues as it lurched to the end of the fourth day on Monday, with some banks experiencing major glitches within the processing system, according to industry groups, bankers, and emails seen by Reuters. This is a really interesting scenario here, guys. That 3 banking officials told Reuters U.S. lenders were unable to process loan applications for hours on Monday after the SBA online portal crashed around midday. A senior administration official denied the SBI system had crashed and said the agency continued to process loans and add lenders. Very interesting scenario there. So it's exactly like I said, guys. They're going to have major glitches, major downtime with this old antiquated system, just like Trump said. We have new technology that they're going to have to enforce being used from my point of view. I'm not a financial advisor or a doctor. I'm just documenting my journey. Shout out to ECK. BIS notes epidemic to speed up central bank currencies. Now, this is a really good article right here, because one thing I have been saying is when I go out, I can keep my social distancing, but when I actually spend money and get change back, or even use debit card and touch the pin pad, the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, in cooperation with the world's central banks, has provided some insight on the impact of the epidemic and how the public is responding when it's using paper currency. Cash and the Future of Payments was released by the BIS on April 3rd. This is amazing, guys, that cash has become such a hot topic in the middle of this epidemic. The bulletin highlights how public fears are high with the respect of contacting the virus through the exchange of paper currency. While most studies of the risk said this is low, but the bulletin notes the number of internet searches pertaining to both cash and epidemic is at record high, When compared to other epidemics, the search intensity during the epidemic on combination of words including cash, coins, epidemic, and epidemic has gone up significantly. So it's really interesting here, guys. A bulletin notes that it's contacting through paper currency is very low. He says the Bank of England told public that touching currency was no greater risk than touching handrails or doorknobs or credit cards. Now, I did do some deeper research on this. Bank of Canada has asked retailers to stop refusing cash payments as a way of defending the use of cash. Some central banks in China have focused on sterilization of money. The United Kingdom already seeing challenges of paying with cash and the impact of the 1.3 million unbanked consumers in emerging countries that are leaning in on digital payments also may have populations where access is far from universal. Really interesting scenario here. I believe that they're going to have to force the executive order. Cash is no longer king. In New York, the world is suffering from the epidemic and cash is no longer king. A growing number of businesses and individuals worldwide have stopped using banknotes in fear that physical currency handled by tens of thousands of people over their useful life could be the carrier. Thought that was kind of interesting right here. Paper money shunned for fear. Cash is no longer king. Welcome to the internet of value. That's for sure. This is also Selena, who we follow right here. Really good tweets. She says IMF may launch a new program to help deal with global shortage of dollars, boosting the Fed's current efforts. IMF will create a short-term liquidity line that could be launched within weeks. The Treasury Department backs the initiative. Very interesting scenario here. We know that Ripple is on the IMF High-Level Advisory Board. We know that the Treasury Department is backed by the Trump administration, which is backed by Jerome Powell, which is on the Faster Payments Task Force. IMF, you remember Brad Garlinghouse was on stage with the guy from IMF. The IMF may launch new programs to help deal with global shortages of dollars. It seems like there is a major liquidity crisis, and that's what ODL was created for. The standard, it's definitely DLT Ripple. The fourth revolution, gold-backed CBDCs backed by XRP. Ripple will dent in the universe. I'm just reading the comments here. XRP, the standard, Black Stag, and Asymmetric Financial. What does Zach Howard say? Okay, Jared says XRP too. Alrighty, guys. So, to me personally, I truly believe Ripple is behind most of these initiatives. I want to give a shout out to Deshaun, the legend. GoodWin, Ripple expanding XRP product roadmap, crypto startup hints future. So, in the middle of all these, it seems to be layoffs, Ripple expanding XRP product roadmap. I apologize. Excuse me. Ripple expanding XRP product roadmap, crypto startup hints at future with 3 new job openings. So pretty much the San Francisco company is Ripple's unrelenting hiring spree continues. Director of product management, product manager, engineer manager, and you must be ambitious. Guys, I mean, Ripple started with 2-3 employees. Now we got offices in San Francisco, Singapore, New York, DC. The biggest names have joined Ripple. Amazing. Boy, I believe this is the last mile. I also got this from Deshaun Goodwin's page. Fed preparing to finance new small business payroll loans. Guys, the Fed did announce it will start some kind of new lending program. The Trump administration tied to that with the Treasury and the executive order. The last mile. I want to give a shout out to my niece Angel, who actually just joined the Air Force. Here she is right here. She would never hurt to fly. Straight A student. I'm really proud of her. Worried about her a little bit, but I wanted to give her a shout out. But the reason I really pulled this up is because of the best time to invest in stocks. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just documenting my journey. But, guys, Tezos is on Coinbase US for staking. ALGO and Cosmos is on Binance US for staking. So last night when I posted this, I had no idea today the market would pump so hard. ALGO started pumping today. It was like 15 cents, and it's at like 19 cents right now. If we go to Coinbase, refresh these real quick. XRP is at 20%, up almost 12%. Tezos 193, pumping 14% right here. Cosmos 241, and ALGO. Or no, we just looked at ALGO, right? We want to look at Tezos. Tezos is 193, and ALGO is what, 19 cents. So my thing is, guys, I basically started taking a serious look at the staking and baking options, only because it's backed by U.S. regulated exchanges. Like ALGO, I staked this on Binace US, which is a regulated U.S. exchange. Same thing with Tezos right here. I staked Tezos on Coinbase, which is a regulated U.S. exchange. I mean, they jumped at least, they've all jumped. Actually, I think I just made a tweet really quick. Let me pull it up. Okay, here's the tweet right here. Pretty much within 24 hours, XTZ went from like 160 to almost $2. ALGO from 15 cents to 19 cents, and Cosmos from 198 to about 246. And that's all staking and baking tokens right there. And I truly believe those are going to do very well. So, and guys, I did do some videos on these. We talk about these on the Bullish Network, that's for sure. I would take a serious look at those. Really quick, XRP picks up support from Republican congressional candidate. Huge shout out to ECK. Oh yeah, guys, in case you didn't know, they also call me Mr. Staking and Bacon, because I stay in the kitchen cooking cryptos. XRP picks up support from Republican candidate. Shout out to You Today. He does really good articles. Alex at You Today. Now, what they're talking about is cryptocurrency investor and entrepreneur Dave Grenkstein, who currently running for election to the U.S. House of Republican to represent New York's 1st Congressional District, has voiced his support for XRP, claiming that the token is not useless. Now, that's kind of a weird statement, but I'm assuming that backs it. XRP is not useless. I mean, we know that it has major utility. I think he could have made a better tweet. XRP has major utility. That might sound better. But, I mean, he says he's running for, he's Republican running for a seat. His Republican representative, New York Congressional District, has voiced his support for XRP. I thought that was pretty interesting right there. And the market's on fire. Guys, I'm going to say historically, April and May, the market has always pumped big time in April and May. So I think April and May is our time. I truly believe this is the last mile on the internet of value. I believe this epidemic was to propel this internet of value also. Okay, guys, the Bullish Network logo will come down. The bull logo will come down. Smash that bull to subscribe to the channel. If you guys enjoy the content, I'll do daily videos. Smash that thumbs up, show some love, hit that subscribe, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when I release a video. Let me know what you guys think. Are you staking and baking? Do you diversify? What's your thoughts on that? Alrighty, guys. Much love. Mahalo.